Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Well, today's it. This is the third and the final. It's the final. This is it. I got all my yarn from JoAnn. 3 boxes. What have I done? I have a lot of yarn. I like my yarn. My yarn collection has been curated and I know where it's going to go and where it fits. And do you ever just kind of like fill up carts like with a lot of stuff, you know, in a yarn place and just don't click the button because, you know, where are you going to put it all, right? That's what I normally do. I fill up a lot. I fill up carts from JoAnn. I fill them up from Premier. I fill them up from not as much Knit Picks, although I did this year, right? And Ice Yarns, I've gone through Ice Yarns and I've done it a couple times also. Haven't ordered from Ice Yarns yet. Not to say I'm not going to. I just haven't yet. Crystal's been talking me into it, not going to lie. But, you know, I generally have so much fun just sorting through and clicking the, you know, and dreaming and adding things to the cart and taking them out and going, oh, that's just way too crazy. You know, we don't need all that. Well, if you saw the other 2 series, you know that I pushed the button. I did. I pushed the button. So JoAnn is an interesting one too. They send yarn from wherever. I got 3 boxes total for my order. And they were all sent from different states. It just depends on which store has it in stock. So I also found this one interesting is I ordered this from my JoAnn app. There's no record of my order. I did order it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did this, right? But there's no record of my order. So when I got my second box, I was kind of freaked out a little bit because I'm like, wait a minute, because I didn't realize there was going to be 3 boxes because they were also all shipped on different days. You know, I'm like, well, I'm missing stuff. How do I even talk to the company and say I'm missing things? You accepted my money, which they did, you know, and I don't have a shipping order or anything along that line. So I thought that was really kind of an odd one. But then they ship it from everywhere. And as these boxes started coming, you know, the realization hit. Pretty much as soon as I pressed the button, the realization hit. These are big skeins. Let me pull this up here. This is my first box, right? This big, huge JoAnn's box. This is the first one. That's a big box. And I got a lot of these Wool Ease skeins, right? I got the, I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch in here, right? This one, this Merlot color, which is kind of like a maroon-ish with a little bit of a charcoal and everything. You know, look at the stripe pattern on that. That's pretty neat. And they do have the ball band, or you can go to JoAnn's and supposedly, and I have seen it, people on Ravelry have done it, you can make the hat and the mitts with the one ball of yarn. That's not bad. So these were normally $9.99. With all the sales and the extra coupons and everything, I got them for $3.75 each. So instead of just getting what I needed, I filled my cart up like typical, right? You know, it's like, well, I want a sweater of each one or a blanket of each one or whatever, which is a little chaotic and crazy. You should not do that. Just don't do that. But it's no big deal because I don't normally push the button. And I was going and I was adding things into the cart and taking things back out of the cart. I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I did take out all my Big Twist value yarn, which I have, yeah, right behind here in this cubicle. There's some Big Twist value, and I've got some elsewhere. I don't have a ton of it, surprisingly. I have enough, but not a ton. It's really surprising because that one was $1.87 a skein, and I had a full cart of that too. I don't know, I had 50 some odd skeins at least. I know I did, right? I'm not really sure. I don't even know how many I got in these orders. I got these 3 boxes. So, what do I do with all this? I want to make blankets, but you know, it takes a while. You don't just use this much yarn that fast. So this is my first box. And you can see that is stuffed full. That is just absolutely full of yarn. And I only got 2 different types of yarn. I got all of it. I got this, this stuff right here. What color is this one again? I always forget. I don't know. It's pretty though. This one's charcoal and medium gray. So I got a whole bunch of my personal favorite, this golden taupe. So I ended up 6 of these. I don't know why I only got 6 of these. I got 6 of these, and I ended up getting 7 of this Red Heart brushed in the soft, this is the soft mink, I think. Yeah, the soft mink. And then I got, I don't know where it went. Oh, and I got 7 of these in this darker color because I couldn't make up my mind as to what color I wanted. So I got them both. This is the mink. And I got 7 of this Merlot. And I got 7 of these. Holy cow, right? That's a lot. And then I got my second box in. I'm like, what? I don't understand. Did I not calculate the size of these? No, I didn't. So my second box was all the brushed acrylic that I bought. Look at all that, right? You know, so I got the purple to go with my, oh yeah, I got the purple color of the woolies too. So I got the taupe, the Merlot, I got the purple. So I got 3 colors, enough to make a blanket out of each of the colors. I'm not going to make 3 blankets. I don't think. I mean, I could, but that's a lot. And I got all this, but you know what's really kind of neat? Look at this. I don't know if the color shows up too well. This is the lavender, and this is that mink, and then I've got that soft mink. That would be a really pretty sweater. It'd be pretty easy care, you know, the acrylic and everything, Red Heart acrylic. It feels nice. I did a test swatch, that's all, of the blanket that I want to make, and I used some of that. Ooh, it's still attached. Bad news on my part. So I did a test swatch. Not the colors of the blanket that I want to use. So that's that soft mink up here. And this is, I don't know what color it is, but I just wanted to check my gauge, right? Gauges lie. Note the sweater for my husband. Gauges lie. Now, I've commented, so I've done this gauge and everything, and I've measured it. And by gauge, if I want to make a twin size, I need to cast on 240. And my friend says I'm crazy. She said if I cast on 240, I'm going to end up with a queen size, not the twin. She's like, don't worry, you already did your gauge. She might be right. Gauges lie. So then today, I was in the office and everything, and I got a text, you know, I'm supposed to say email. No, I got a text. And it said my order, my 3rd order. It wasn't 3rd order, but my 3rd box came in. And this one's actually had the JoAnn's tape all over it. My second one didn't. It said it got stuck in Henderson, Colorado, and it got relabeled or whatever. So that's why I was freaking out, thinking I lost all these, because these were not in it. This is my purple batch. Look at that. I got all the purple ones. I do. I have 7 of them. Aren't those cool? They're really pretty. So I like those. 7 of these. Do you see how big these are? I mean, why? What, these, I mean, I know, like this thing sitting behind me, I know this is big. This is one of the alpaca cakes, right? See? Yarn or alpaca cakes. Oh, Hobby sells these too. They don't call them, you know, they're not by Yarn Art, whatever, but they're made in Turkey. They're probably the same mill, whatever. We know this. But I know this is a big cake. I get this. They're both, I mean, you can see that. That's big. That's... Just, do you see these boxes? I have 3... I don't think I can shove all these in the other 2 boxes and get rid of a box. I gotta work faster or something. But, you know, I have a day job, right? I actually do go to the office and, you know, like do work and stuff. And I'm not home for hours of the day, you know, like my regular work hours and drive time and stuff. Yeah. And contrary to popular belief, I don't do this stuff in my sleep. No, I don't. How? What? I know people they get a lot of stuff, you know, like my carefully curated collection. You do know yarn buying is its own hobby, right? It really is. It's one of the, and the acronym FOMO, fear of missing out, it's a thing. And it hit me on this. $3.75 for this. $3.75 for this. $3.75. Normally $9.99. Lion brand. If you don't know the specs, if I haven't told you before, 150 grams, 348 yards. This is an 80% acrylic, 20% wool, number 4 worsted weight. Makes this pretty pattern right here, right? You know, it does that pretty little pattern, kind of like a little Fair Isle thing, you know, something, whatever. Yeah. You know, I buy a lot of yarn because I like it. It's like I said, I have a day job. It supports my habit, just like any other junkie, right? I have a fiber addict. Yeah, I'm a fiber addict. I get it. I don't want to reform. I don't want to reform. But most of my yarn purchases, I'm very happy with. Now, I'm happy with this. Don't take that as a negative. I'm not unhappy at all. I like what I got. I really, really do. It's the size that's killing me. I mean, you've seen me. If you've been around for a while, you've seen me get yarn. It's like my arcane fiber addiction. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That Life Renewed. Oh, my gosh. That with the plum. Oh, my gosh. I want to make a sweater for me. I should probably work on my husband's a little bit more since I kind of got waylaid on that. Yeah. Yeah, I did start the new one. I did. He's really happy. I did cast that on and everything, you know, so I'm working on the band and what have you. And he's really happy that I didn't just set it aside because that was a lot I put into that, and it's just pull it out. I haven't pulled it out yet, but I will. I just have to hook up my ball winder and just let her rip. Just let it happen. Yeah, but that Life Renewed and the plum, oh my gosh, those are gorgeous. And then like talking myself out of it. It's like, no, make a sweater with what you have. It's okay. You have plenty. It's okay. You can do it. Make a blanket, but I don't want to make a blanket. But I got enough to make 3. That's a little insane. But yeah, it's really, truly just the size of it. It really is. It's just the size, because I can stash away my fingering weight yarn, or like these little doodads right here that I got at Hobby Lobby when they were clearancing out, these cozy toes. Oh my gosh, look at that little 50-gram ball. Look at that. You know, you get a couple of these, you get your whole I must buy yarn thing out of your system, and these can stash so easy. You know, the sad thing about this, or not really sad, but the weird thing about this is when you make something, you're like, I made something cool. I used a whole ball of yarn. Good. How much space did you use up? You see that? That's it. That's it. It makes no dent. Oh, speaking of, look. This thing right here. This was 2.5 of these. That's it. 2.5 of these made this whole thing. See, so, you know, it just, like, you can do a lot and it stashes away really, really tiny, and it's, you know, and there you go. So then when I get things that are huge like this, and then I got a bunch of them. Yeah. I made this whole thing, and it didn't take up as much space as this. Yeah. Okay, we all justify in our own heads, in our own ways. When it comes to yarn, I am so good with numbers. I am actually very, very good with numbers. But I put on the girl math hat. Just saying. But I actually really am really good with numbers. And you know, I justify it in my own way, you know, financially. I mean, you know, it's a thing, right? It is. And then, you know, the fear of missing out. Oh my gosh. The ones that really get you are the one-of-a-kind type situations. You know, if you have the luxury and everything to go into a local yarn store, especially if they have a trunk show, what that is when they have a hand dyer, they'll come in and they'll have so many of their yarns, right, on the different bases. Kind of like if Arcane Fiber came in and said, we're doing a trunk show. They would come in and they would say, hey, I've got so many of each color or whatever, and you either get it when they're there or you don't, right? It's a choice. It's kind of like that. Those will really get you because it's one of those, especially hand dyes, it's unique, right? You see it and you fall in love with it, and you'll, trust me, you'll fall in love with more yarn later. It's okay. But if that one's going to talk to you after you walk away, you should probably do it if you can, right? You know, so that fear of missing out really, really gets in, and it gets into this collection. And then I also look at it as, do you know how much yarns have gone up? Oh my gosh. I mean, look at the prices of everything. I mean, absolutely everything. It doesn't look like they're coming down. So if you can get something that you truly, really, really like for an inexpensive price, or, you know, more so inexpensive, and you have a little extra money, there you go. There's that. And it's like these things, right? This, I haven't shown this one, but you know, like this, the Caron cakes, right? This is, it was sitting next to me. So this is the Caron marble cake. I have not used this yarn before. They're clearancing this out. These are normally $12.99. The Caron cakes have just gone skyrocketing in price, you know, $12.99. So this was marked down to $5. They had 2 of them. I got both of them, right? You know, either you get it when they have it or you don't, you know, and at $5, okay, there you go. This is, it's a 100% acrylic, 240 grams, 8.5 ounces. That's a big scheme. And it has 404 yards. There you go. Nice. And it feels nice. It's actually really soft. I did hear that the Caron macchiato cakes were also clearanced out, but you've heard me talk about my Michaels, and the 2 Michaels that I have access to, they didn't have any. So I don't know if they really did clearance them out or certain colors or anything like that. Would I have gotten some? Yes. Yes, I would have. At $5 in a heartbeat. I definitely would have. But like I said, mine didn't have them. And, you know, my Michaels, you've heard me talk about it. I keep going with hope. Yeah. My husband makes fun of me at this point. He's like, why? You know, this is the first time that I bought anything from Michaels in like 5 months maybe or something. I mean, 4 or 5 months. Yeah, it's been a long time. I wanted to, really, I did, you know. And then this one's really nice too, because it is a light of the yardage. It is a lot of fun. It's a good yarn, a good quality yarn. If I choose to, you know, because I am part of the Mystery Yarn Challenge, if I were to send, because I have 2 of these, if I were to send this off as a cake or with some other stuff, whomever got it would be able to make a large project if they chose to. Wouldn't have to, but they could. And it's a good yarn, and it's a good yarn, and it's a decent price and stuff like that. Me, for the Mystery Yarn Challenge, when I pack up my boxes, I need a little cheat sheet note. I have yarn, that's not it. And I don't have a problem sharing my yarn. That's not it either. It's the... I know a lot of people that are plaguing with this. They like larger yarns, which is a nice thing with this because it's a worsted weight. Oh yeah, and all of the other stuff that I just got is worsted weight. A lot of my yarns are smaller weight yarns. You know, I do a lot of fingering weight. I love the fingering weight yarns, although it takes forever to work with. It just does. But I have a lot of smaller weight yarns. So, you know, I try to be cognizant to whoever is receiving that, because I do know that there are some people who have difficulty working with smaller yarns, and I don't want to give something that's going to cause somebody pain or discomfort. So, you know, I think if Lori from the Armchair Chef, if you didn't know her, she is amazing, and she hosts the Mystery Yarn Challenge. I think if she put a note in mind, you know, they like smaller yarns, I would have an easier time packing. But I really do think about who's going to receive it, and you know, that situation. And I'm looking around going, okay, what's going to work? And then I also try to get things that are semi-coordinated or what have you, you know, that might be kind of fun. I think I overthink it. Yeah, way overthink it. Oh, I definitely overthink it. Definitely shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. Wow, I got off track, didn't I? We started off with JoAnn's, and we went to Michael's, and then we went to packing up bags. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. What do you guys do? What do you do when you get in your yarn space, whatever your yarn space happens to be? You know, if that's filling a cart. Oh, I did get some comments. Oh, yeah. I am not the only one who just fills carts and doesn't always push the button. It's fun. It is. I find so much joy, and I don't have to, it doesn't look like it, but I don't have to physically get the yarn in, right? There's a lot of times where I'm just having fun with all the colors and the this, and, you know, and wondering how they feel, especially like going to Ice, because I haven't ordered from Ice yet. I've used Ice yarns, but I haven't ordered directly from their site, you know, and some of the stuff feels great and some of it's like, eh. But, you know, if you're ordering, you don't know that in advance. So there you go. But their yarn, if you do the math on that and everything, calculate the shipping in per ball, it's not horrible, but the shipping is just like an eye-opener. It's like, whoa, can't do that. But, you know, anyway, I'm just babbling at this point. Holy cow. I'm going to go, and you guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.